Good morning. There's a face. We're kind of awake. Hopefully we're going to sleep. A little morning nap. So today is the day that we make the epic road trip to the state capitol. And I'm a little bit worried. It's just a one-night, overnight trip. I've got some meetings tomorrow and we're gonna see Cole and have dinner with him tonight. Maybe his lady friend, hopefully. Maybe eat some Indian food. But so what I'm expecting is normally a 3-hour trip. Will probably not be a 3-hour trip today. So I'm wondering if anybody has any advice for traveling with a tiny human. Like, I'm assuming you're gonna say be willing to pull over and like change diapers or nurse or do whatever. Totally willing to do that. Anything else you think would keep them happy? I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit worried about that. So yeah, but it's another nice cool day, so that'll be good. Wonder if it's gonna rain today or tomorrow for midnight celebration. I hope it doesn't. It was rainy last year, and you know, not big crowds, not super fun. Yeah, but thinking about other baby related stuff, we took him to see his mama and papa last night, and his two great uncles and his auntie, and had dinner with the family, and that was good. Of course, we did pass the baby. That's apparently a thing. My mother-in-law says that babies are magnets, so I guess I was just supposed to know and expect that everywhere I went, people want to look at the baby, talk to the baby, ask me about the baby, hold the baby. And I made the joke again last night that I kind of want to be like the Heisman Trophy, like, you know, back up off it. Don't get in my face. Don't try to take the baby. Like, no, I'm not going to let you hold the baby. The baby's 5 weeks old. I'm not letting 87 different people hold the baby. What? No. Shouldn't people know that? Shouldn't other moms know that? Yeesh. Like, come on, moms. Like, don't you remember? My mother-in-law also says that women have like selective memory when it comes to stuff like that. Like, they just remember the cute stuff from when their kids were babies. They don't remember all the like anxiety stuff, like, oh no, am I doing this right? Or oh no, is the baby gonna get germs? Or, you know, whatever. So yeah. But yeah, it was good to see the family. My husband's two uncles are hilarious. Lots of learning experiences, lots of very good dinner. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law can really cook, so that's nice. And I feel like I'm starving all the time right now. Like, just don't eat enough. So yeah, definitely 2 plates. Definitely 3 yeast rolls. Yeah. So that's all good. I don't know. It makes me, I don't know. It's just crazy to think. It makes me reflect, I guess is what I'm trying to say, about how my life has changed in 2 years. I never thought I'd have this little guy. Like, ever. I didn't think I wanted to be a parent. I used to make jokes. My friend Susan especially would like to hear my jokes about not being a breeder. She has 1 daughter of her own, but you know, that was always the joke, is I don't want to be a breeder. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to be that person. And I think what I was really meaning is I don't want to change, like personality wise. I've seen a lot of women, and maybe they're perfectly happy with this. This is their life, you know, they're whatever. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I see a lot of women who totally become mommies and they're somebody's mommy all the time. And I'm like, well, don't give up yourself. Don't give up, you know, your personality, your sense of humor, your priorities, whatever those might be. Maybe it's career, maybe it's other stuff, I don't know, whatever. But like, you know, just because your life does change when you have a kid doesn't mean your whole personality has to change. And I think that would be my advice for anybody who goes through a life change, whether, you know, it's like my niece starting out high school for the first time this year, or my other niece who's learning to drive. Just because you go off to high school or just because you learn to drive, that doesn't mean everything about you is going to change. You shouldn't let yourself make stupid choices, or, you know, for them, give in to peer pressure and do stupid stuff just because you're in a different position in your life than you used to be and you have maybe more freedom, and things like that. But they know that. They have a good head on their shoulders. What am I talking about? But yeah, I would say that for moms too. Don't totally give up who you are. January Harsh, probably a lot of y'all follow her on things like her Instagram, her personal Instagram, or Birth Without Fear, Find Your Village, those Instagram things, and her speaking engagements, stuff like that. She would say self-care is important. And I think that's part of it, is you just have to, you have to take care of yourself, because ultimately you're going to want your kid later on, not at this age, you want your kid to know, you want your kid to know who you are and know you as a real actual person. I think that's an interesting moment for all of us when we grow up enough and we have this realization of who our parents are. We're like, oh. And some of it is finding out your parents' flaws. Like maybe you realize that when you're a teenager. And you're like, oh, you're so lame. But some of it you realize your parents' strengths. You know, my brother and I, we experienced loss when we were younger. We lost our dad. I was in 3rd grade. My brother was in college. And that was really hard. But our mom has this amazing strength that she could work all the jobs and take care of all the people and do all the things. And she's hugely generous. She's probably one of the most generous people I've ever met in my whole life. She would literally give you the shirt off her back. You know, she'll come and spend a whole day working underneath your house and fixing your water heater or whatever it is. So like when you're older, you get to realize those things about your parents. And I just want you to stay, you know, my advice as a brand new parent who doesn't know much would be, you know, the same hope that I have for myself. Stay who you are so that later on your kids can get to know the real you and get to see the good things that you hope to emulate. And maybe for some of you guys that is being a hardcore mommy and super involved. I would say that was one of my flaws. Like or my mom's flaws. I mean, she didn't come to like every football game that I performed at, or, you know, things like that. She didn't read to me and do homework with me every night or whatever. There was this expectation of, you have homework, you're going to do it. You're going to get good grades. All that kind of stuff. Car coming. Don't get run over with the baby. I live in the quietest town ever. There's no way I'm getting run over. Oh, look, it's a big truck. Welcome to the South. Everybody be driving big truck. Everybody. Also, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the South, churches have buses. Like school buses. Like, they have that where you are? Comments. Yeah, and they pick up kids. But anyway, so yeah, be yourself. Take care of yourself. Be the kind of person that you want your kid to see and be around. And I mean, I'm not a dad, but I would say that for dads equally, you know, whatever kind of parent you are, equally. And I would say that in your relationship with your partner too, is, you know, like, I want him to see a healthy marriage between my husband and I. So that means I don't want my marriage to change a whole lot just because we had a kid. Obviously we need each other. We're still going to support each other. You know, you want to be those people that are like 80 years old and you're still embarrassing your kids because you're like kissing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. In advance. So, yeah. My husband has already said he's going to be the dude that pinches people's, you know, women's butts later on in life. Maybe don't do that, babe. Yeah. Oh, and I will say this while I'm talking about it. You definitely need your partner. We got up 5 times in the middle of the night to nurse. So sleep deprived. Team no sleep. Yeah. Although Robert at one point said in some sort of sleepy stupor, hashtag best night ever. What is he talking about? But yeah, but he will get up, get the crying baby, bring the crying baby to me. I'll nurse, and then I'll hand him back to Dad, and Dad will get him settled back in the crib. Ha! 2 nights straight we've been sleeping in the crib. So good. Oh, so good. We needed that. So yeah, oh, here comes another car. Now this one's an SUV. Pretty house. So yeah, we're gonna be quiet. As I have said, I think people in this town probably don't know what vlogging is. So I just look like this weirdo that's talking to my phone. People also around here don't do baby wearing. We noticed that we have gotten lots of looks. Like if we go out to eat, like say, okay, we went out with our friends Danielle and Kent during their lunch break yesterday, and so I was like, you know, wearing the baby and stuff, because then you can be hands-free, you know, and eat your lunch and whatever, and you get weird looks. Of course my husband gets more weird looks than I do. Why? Hello, he's a parent too. And he honestly does better with the Tula ring sling than me with this Moby. Oh yeah, he can rock the ring sling. Just baby goes to sleep. How does he do that? Oh, I'm jealous. But yeah, you need your partner, because sometimes you've heard all the crying you can hear. And so you need that partner to take the baby for 5 minutes and make that baby go to sleep, or burp that baby when you can't get that baby to burp, or change that diaper because you just can't take one more diaper, or, you know, whatever it is. So, sharing. Anyway, that's all the new parent advice, non-sage wisdom that I have to offer today. I will brag on these guys. Can I turn this way? Can you see? Lots of construction. We're gonna have a Yellow Deli. They're gonna be open, like open house on Saturday. They're not gonna be open until October 25th, like for realsies though. My husband is so excited. He's gonna eat all the sandwiches and green tea. I'm gonna have to get a wheelbarrow. Just wheeling back and forth up the street so he can eat. I'll put the baby in there with him though. We'll call it exercise. What do you think this is? This is baby calming and exercise right here, this vlog. Anyway, have a good day.